So it's no coincidence that the parsha for this Shabbat is Dvarim, when Moses recounts the whole story of our people from the time we left Egypt until we enter the Promised Land. And he recounts all the trials and tribulations and how much trouble we were. We are not an easy people to lead. We weren't then, and we weren't now, as I think Rabbi David can attest to. And that's what I was just going to say. And I'm sure that Rabbi Julie Benioff knows this as well. And Rabbi Julie's been the assistant rabbi at Temple Emek Shalom, and now she is the spiritual leader of that community. Please welcome Rabbi Julie Benioff.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
So these words I want to say today are really for Rabbi David, for all of you to hear. 25 years of rabbinic Jewish leadership. You have been a sacred holder of community. In Hebrew, we have this term, klei kodesh, holy vessels. You have been a holy vessel for this community, for Judaism, for holiness. And you have held light and dark, joy and pain. You have held the fullness of life and life cycles. You have held great teachings and given them over. You have also been instrumental in the evolution of the Jewish people. You have been really a co-creator of the Jewish people, and you've had some great partners. Hashem, Havurah Synagogue, Hadash, and the Jewish people. Yashar koach, kol hakavod. And you have given, you continue to give. It's so palpable. Across the streets, through the neighborhoods, and across the country and through the world, your teachings reverberate, your books, your wisdom. It is a teaching for all of us and a blessing. And so as you look back on these 25 years and all the years that led up to your becoming a rabbi and leading this community and all the sacred holding, may you just have such satisfaction, such a deep feeling of shalom, wholeness, completeness. May you have so much joy. May you also have gratitude. Yeah. And as you move forward, may you find new ways of manifesting the holding, cultivating holiness, new ways of rabbiing. May you also find new ways of tending your humanity, the fullness of you and all the four worlds. And also the preciousness of your soul, your light. And may your family be blessed, Havurah, and your children, your grandchildren, for all the ways that they've loved you and lived with you and supported you and supported this sacred community and the Jewish people. May you all be deeply blessed and filled with joy as you move forward. And may you have long health, much longevity, yes, till 120. May you have delight. May you have such shalom. And may you have abundance, just a cup overflowing with blessing.
And now I want to invite Rachael Resch, who is a longtime member of the Havurah and is our goddess of the embodiment of prayer. And, one of Rabbi David's greatest talents is his innate ability to lift everyone around him up. And I know he's done that for you. I know he's done that for me and for so many people, as evidenced in all the Shabbatons that we have hosted here. So, Rachael, please.
Shalom, everybody. It's amazing to see all your faces in 3 dimensions, 4 dimensions, 5 dimensions, multi-dimensions. Baruch Hashem. Oh, in 2005, Rabbi David invited me to lead the Avodah section, not just like of any service of Yom Kippur, with movement. I had never done anything like that before in my life. I had no idea what I was doing. But like Ayala said, Rabbi David did. This is emblematic of our Rebbe. He invites people to bring their unique gifts to bear on behalf of our community and in service to the holies. He looks for people's greatness. He creates a welcoming environment within which each person's spirit can truly shine. We know that Rabbi David is a bridge builder among faith traditions and different cultures. And Rabbi David is also a weaver of words, as has been talked about in song, in poetry, in prayer, a weaver of community, a weaver of ideas, a weaver of souls, creating and recreating the alchemical vessel, this holy vessel that we call Havurah Shir Hadash, so that the Havurah and all the people and all the beings here and all over the world can jump up and live in service to the cycles of the ongoing web of creation sprouting here and now in our midst. Thank you, Rabbi David.
And now I'd like to invite Steve Saturen.
Thank you. Shabbat shalom, dear Chavirim. It's it's morning somewhere, so briefly I shall say, Yivdu et Hashem b'simcha, Yivdu et Hashem b'simcha, Thank you. Thank you. I am profoundly grateful for the joyful Judaism this Havurah has created. And for my personal experiences here of being seen, being validated, and being honored. Thank you, Havurah Shir Hadash, for the many blessings and peak experiences you have brought to my life. I'll name just a few. For Aryeh Hirschfield, who helped me know my parents and many others were ever present to support me. For the community who celebrated the first bar mitzvah and the first bat mitzvah of my children, Jordan and Leah, in this community. For the men's group who nurtured me for 14 years. For the opportunity to serve on the board with Aryeh and with David, and to be co-president with Jonnie. For David, who taught Harriet and me the Shiva, taught us how to chant the Shiva Brachot for our son's wedding in Mexico, and helped us appreciate the interfaith union of our son and his beloved. Yeah, who visited me in the hospital and conducted Shiva services when Harriet's brother and parents passed. Who teaches me every year something I need to know about my heritage. For all the music that awakens and nourishes my soul. For all the love in this community, in this amazing community that helps to heal our broken world. Thank you all.
Steve. So Rabbi Jackie Brodsky, another founding member of the Havurah, couldn't be here tonight, but she asked me to read this in her voice. So just imagine. I regret I am not able to join you tonight at this great celebration. As you probably know, however, I did manage to show up at the founding of this Havurah. I never dreamed then that it would have such a long and successful life. We were such a small group, just trying to survive. But we did indeed survive due to the incredible spirit and faith which Rabbi Aryeh had the sole power to transmit to his students. Then one day, unthinkably, Rabbi Aryeh went forth to pursue more students in other lands, and Rabbi David became the steward of the next generation here in Ashland. Rabbi David managed to miraculously continue to build up and strengthen the community to the place where it is today, 25 years later, firmly standing on its feet. So what else can I say? Our tradition has a long legacy of transmission and miracles. May it continue. I offer two blessings. First, an acrostic from Mazal Tov. M, May, A, Aryeh, and Z, Zaslows. A, amazing. L, love, link with Hashem. T, thrive and turn. O, out. V, very splendidly. And to Havurah Shir Hadash, Rabbi David and his family and all present, from Psalms 128, 5, 6. May the Lord bless you from Zion, and may you see the prosperity of Jerusalem all the days of your life. May you live to see your children's children. Peace be on Israel. Amen. Amen. And with that, I invite Cerise and Stefan to come back up.
And listening to all your beautiful words is that the reason I couldn't find the poem that I was looking for in any of the other prayer books was because they didn't include the divine feminine. They didn't empower me to be a woman and be in this body and be in this tradition and have some, I don't know, kind of sense of real participation and counting. But then I got the book with the rainbow on it. I said, oh my gosh, there's other people who get it and understand and want me and my sisters and my mothers and my grandmothers and all who feel in this earth to be in the feminine principality, making room for us, all of us, to be a part of this holy tradition. And Rabbi David, you have pushed that edge for me, and I thank you so much. I can't even begin. And we continue with that tradition, and the Chadudi calls her in. One more time, let's color it.
Okay. Rabbi David, It is a deep honor, I should say, Rabbi David and the whole Havurah community. It is a deep honor and a blessing to have had the opportunity to found a Jewish Waldorf preschool and kindergarten here at the Havurah. But it was you, Rabbi David, who planted the seed. It was you, because you inspired me so deeply by bringing Judaism to us the way you do. Honestly, it wasn't a glimmer in my eye to do such a thing. And I will be eternally grateful to Rabbi David, to Ayala, and to the entire Havurah community for providing this sacred space and supporting me through 17 years of Peace Garden. I'm quite sure, and this is no word of a lie, that many synagogue communities would not have entertained the thought, would have not had the expansive vision that allowed Havurah to accept my crazy proposal to start a Jewish Waldorf preschool. I am so grateful to you for your trust that allowed the unique combination of Waldorf education to blend with Jewish spirituality and tradition. Truly a marriage made in heaven. I want to thank Rabbi David for his years of bringing joy and humor through music to the children. And for being, in the words of one of my 4-year-olds, my favorite friend. It is a rare and special rabbi indeed who can get down and look into a 3-year-old's eyes and understand. What a gift. What a beautiful memory for the child who may have never met a rabbi before. From the bottom of my heart and that of my beloved husband's, we are grateful to this community for being the joyous, spacious sanctuary of spirit, love, and wisdom that it is. And I'd like to welcome into this space, into this sacred space, our beloved ancestors of blessed memory, who brought such richness to this community, and I mean all of them. And to our ancestors, Cecilia and Doris, and I would say to my father, who was never here, who never stepped foot here, but very much in spirit, because he would have loved you. You would have been his rabbi. Our mothers who came from such very, very different Jewish paths came to feel so much at home here at Havurah and were so deeply embraced by this beautiful community. And we thank you so much for that blessing. Thank you, Leah Avital. We are coming in for landing very soon, and there will be dessert as we promised. But before that, I want to invite Jonnie Zheutlin to say a few words.
When I first got to Ashland, I was in a relationship with a woman at the time, and I told her I wanted to go to Jewish services, and there were 2 synagogues. So we went to both, and I said, so which one did you like? And she said, the one that went la, la, la. So I'm just enormously grateful to Aryeh, David, Ayala, amazing community of people have helped me grow, expand, deepen my Jewish roots. I love being a member of the tribe, and that fractal of God that's in me says I'm blessed, I'm grateful, and my heart's full of love.
We're so not used to being together in physical space like this. So it was your grandson's bar mitzvah that we first explored this, but this is really our first service together. So Johnny, could you stand in the middle right there? If it wasn't for still our little concern and being respectful of space, I would have everybody shmush you and get around you, but we're not going to shmush her physically right now.
Johnny, face you?
No, face the Havurah. And if everybody hold your hands out there, please. And I'm just going to say a few words, and then I'm going to ask everybody else to add a sentence or a few words to bless this incredible elder, this incredible teacher, this incredible friend. So since I've known you, you've always been an explorer, Johnny. You've always been in relationship with God, with yourself, with your ancestors, the Zolds, the people who were so deeply connected to the formation of Israel and of Jewish community. And over the years, as you hop back and forth between the Ayala Synagogue, the Temple Emek Shalom, which is now Ayala Synagogue too, you are also, right? You're a bridge builder. A bridge from young to old, a bridge from the temple to the Havurah, a bridge from the whole community in Ashland to our community here. So we want to ask God to bless you as you move to Portland to be with your beautiful daughter and your family up there. Just to let you know how terribly we miss you. So much miss you. So much miss you. So we want to bless you now. So I'm going to ask people to call out not just one word, but a full sentence. And call it out good and loud so John can hear it, okay? May God bless you with peace.
Laughter. Friendship.
Good health. Happiness. Lots of love. Courage.
Deep toddler. Deep connection to your
Blessings and health. Good health.
May you be as revered and appreciated in Portland as you have been here. I have always called Johnny my pretend mommy because I don't have a mommy, and who could be better, right? To pretend is their mom. Someone with a sense of humor, with a sense of depth, someone with courage. She's been in all my writing classes. She tries everything. She writes poetry. She writes memoir. She dances, she sings, she does whatever she feels like. She learned Hebrew at what, in your 90s or 80s? Yeah, she just keeps going. So keep on keeping on. And Johnny.
Hine matol manayim sherdachim gam yachad. Hine matol manayim sherdachim gam yachad. Hine matol sherdachim gam yachad. Hine matol sherdachim gam yachad. Hine matol manayim sherdachim gam yachad. Hine matol manayim sherdachim gam yachad. Hine matol la 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 la. Hine matol la 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 la. Hine matol manayim sherdachim gam yachad. Hine matol manayim sherdachim gam yachad. Hine matol la 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 la.
And now I would like to invite for our last and final blessing, Dr. Howie Morningstar on behalf of his beautiful beloved Rabbi Sue Morningstar.
Yeah, I will. Well, I haven't been here in quite a long time, and actually that's not that unusual. But when I heard yesterday that this was happening, I said, I'm going. And then Sue said, well, I can't go, so can you please read my words and blessing for David? So here I am.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I'm not going to try to read it in Sue's voice, but this is Sue. Shir HaShirim. The Song of Songs speaks of Kol Dodi, the voice of my beloved. And since the name David means beloved, Kol Dodi could mean the voice of my David, or the voice of my beloved David. I, that's Sue, would like to take this opportunity to reflect on the influence Kol Dodi has had on me for the past 25 years. Kol Dodi, the voice of my beloved teacher, Rabbi David, has brought me back to the joy of Jewish ritual and brought excitement back to deep Jewish study. Kol Dodi, the voice of my beloved rabbi, has fearlessly confronted anti-Semitism and anti-Zionism, has educated the historically ignorant and the naively clueless with deep wisdom and sensitivity. Kol Dodi, the voice of my beloved friend, sat with me and davened at my bedside as the drops of chemotherapy dripped into my veins, seeing each drop as a healing angel on its mission. Kol Dodi, the voice of my loyal beloved, drove to Portland, to OHSU, and sang to me when I was so sick with tuberculosis that I could barely lift my head off the pillow. And later, when I was able to return home, Kol Dodi, my beloved Rabbi David, organized healing circle of friends to come to my home and pray for my recovery. Kol Dodi, the beautiful voice of my beloved Rabbi David, sang out at the weddings of my children on top of Mount Ashland and created a beautiful welcoming naming ceremony for my granddaughter, Tamar Bina, who turns 3 years old today. Happy birthday, Tamar Bina. Kol Dodi, my beloved, innovative, renewal Rabbi David, created a unique Ger Toshav ceremony for my son-in-law Chaim and lovingly welcomed my daughter-in-law Courtney into our tribe. And most profoundly of all, Kol Dodi, the voice of my beloved mentor and supporter, whispered in my ear, "You are a rabbi," and saw it and believed it long before I ever did. And on the day of my ordination, Kol Dodi declared proudly to the world, "You shall be known as a rabbi in Israel, a teacher of Torah to the multitudes." Beloved Rabbi David, I have been so blessed by your presence, your teachings, your love, your support, and your voice, as we all of us have at the Havurah, and all of us in the valley and beyond, who have come into contact with your radiant essence and love and enthusiasm for Judaism. May you remain strong, sweet, strident, and true. And may the Holy One bless you with continued vibrant good health on all levels of body, heart, mind, and spirit. And many, many happy years with your beloveds, Devorah, Ari, Julia, Rachel, Chioki, Amaya Zahar, Milty, and Davis. Amen, amen, amen.
When I started studying to become a rabbi in 1988, I went to my first Chabad in 1989. And not just my wife was shocked that I wanted to be a rabbi, but many of my friends here in Ashland, they make a transition from one world into another. It's not easy to do because people see you one way. I was the owner of a nightclub, a jazz club, I taught in the schools. But it was 1989, Reb Zalman walked me around the campus at Bryn Mawr College in Pennsylvania, outside of Philadelphia. And I remember I was just beginning to study, and he introduced me to people as, this is Rabbi David. This is Rabbi David. He's a rabbi in Olam Atzilut, in the highest world. And he's working his way down into the rabbi in Olam Atzilut. But he's already a rabbi. And I would be standing next to him like, I didn't believe it. And I tell you something, for those who said I've empowered them, it was really a transmission, really through Aryeh to me. It is a transmission from Reb Zalman to Aryeh, even at this moment, to see somebody for who they can be and to draw down that presence of the future into the present moment. And one final thing is that Reb Zalman said to Rabbi Aryeh, when Rabbi Aryeh was about to ordain me as a rabbi, he said, you don't really fully, you're a rabbi now, Rabbi Aryeh, but you're not fully a rabbi until you ordain somebody else. Mm. So when Rabbi Aryeh had the privilege of ordaining me, he earned his wings, so to speak. And so Howie, please tell that to Sue too. I'm sure I've told it to her, but I became a rabbi when I ordained her, when I was part of that ordination process. To keep it passing on door to door, generation to generation. What an honor. What an honor.
So I want to invite our Kohanim, Manny Cohen and Alan Kenner, to bestow the priestly blessing. And Johnny, would you come back up and join Reb David here?
I want to share a few words that just came to me spontaneously before I left to come here. Rabbi David, you have guided us down our ancient roads. You have led us on paths seldom traveled. You have prayed with us, for us, as we have prayed for you. You have held us in a sacred space as we have held you. You have loved us as we have loved you. We are forever in gratitude. You are the blessing in our lives.
I wanted to add, Rachael Resch had mentioned how inclusive Rabbi David is with everyone and has always been. It's an honor to have been working with you in the services all these years, the joy and connection that you have brought to everyone through music and allowing me to also contribute in that way. It's touched my heart so deeply. Thank you. Thank you. This blessing is for everybody, particularly for the two of them, but also for everybody. And we have the same blessing again in a song version that will really be for everyone. And you can join us in that with the la 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 part of our congregation.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'kedushato shel Aaron v'tzivanu levarech et amo Yisrael b'ahava. Amen. Yivarechecha Adonai Yishmerecha. The Holy One blesses you and watches over you. Yisar Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha. The Holy One surrounds you with light and is gracious unto you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. The Holy One surrounds you fills you with light and grants you shalom.
I mean, if I started with Kiddush right away without saying a word, you'll revoke my rabbinical smicha, so I need to say something. So first, thank you, Dvorah, for reforming Rabbi David, because if you didn't, the Chadodit that you did Swiss will be out of the door. It's Moroccan, not just from Los Angeles. So thank you very much for all of you and this reforming and rechanging and restructuring of this whole thing. It's just magnificent and great work. And the other thing, we have been blessed so many times by David till 120. And this is wrong. Because where it comes from Sefer Dvarim, at the end of Sefer Dvarim, it says that Moses lived till 120, Velo nas lecho velo ka'ata ino, which means he was at his strengths. But we missed that part of the blessing. We just say 120, but we don't care how much. So I want to change it a little bit. I want to bless you till 100 like 20. So you will have the vigor, the energy, the strength, the vitality, and all that of a 20 years old, and it will also fulfill what you wanted to be another 25 years the rabbi, because otherwise you won't be. So with this blessing, and when we are doing a kiddush, what does it mean? When we sanctify something, we actually separate it. We take it out of its mundane, all-around context and keep it elevated, keep it separated, keep it holy, sanctified. And I think that I want to dedicate this kiddush in that of sanctifying, getting you out of all the crowd and keeping you sanctified and holy and saint for us. And just to not to make any mistakes, I'll even read it from the book. ויחולו השמיים והארץ וכל צבעם, ויחל אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה, וישבות ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה, ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי ויקדש אותו, כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות. סברי רביי וחבריי, ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם בורא פרי הגפן. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו במצוותיו ורצה בנו בשבת קודשו באהבה וברצון הנחילנו זיכרון למעשה בראשית כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש זכר ליציאת מצרים כי בנו בחרת אותנו קידשת מכל עמים בשבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
Please be seated, and we're just going to finish up with a little happy birthday for Joanne Kujan is here, and it's Johnny Lieberman's birthday too today. Liz, did you say that someone in your family's birthday it is? It's Rebecca's birthday? Okay. Would you guys stand for your mom and your wife? Who is? Ari Bando, stand up for Ari. What's that? Today? Unbelievable. What a day to be born, huh? Let's finish with an upbeat little nigun here, little tov lehodot, and then we'll have some. You got some dessert tonight? Yeah. Okay.
It was beautiful. We heard and saw everything. You did a beautiful job.
Good.
Really putting it all together. It was really
Howie did a great job with your blessing.
Yeah.
He was beautiful.
Yeah. Thank
God,
you.
I was just weeping.
Yep. Good. Then it hit.
So thanks, everybody.
Thanks. We're waiting for our desserts.
I know. Well, I'll bring some home for you.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.